Hey guys, I'm Sean Price.
Hey, and I'm Grace Shockey.
And welcome to SuperStuff.
SuperStuff, yeah!
You know, it never actually occurred to me how long our intro is for the SuperStuff channel. Because, like, yours is kind of short and sweet. Like, it's just got the tag at the beginning. And then it's got, then the theme song.
Yeah.
And then you just start. Ours is like our tag, our theme song, we introduce our names, then we do our little thing, and then the podcast starts.
Well, to be fair, you usually have different people on each episode.
That's true. So like, I introduce everyone. Yours is mainly just you. Like, I think I was on one episode, and Jess was
Captain
almost
America.
on an episode.
Yeah, we did it, but her voice didn't record.
Yeah, because
and
our
so
microphones
we had to
didn't.
just throw that one out.
Yeah, I had to trash it because our microphones weren't working or something. I don't know what it was. But, hey guys, I'm here with Grace today. We just got done recording a new episode of Xavier's Podcast for Gifted Listeners. You can check that out on Spotify. You can check it out in a link right here. Notice how notice how you can't see me, so you don't know where I'm pointing. That was a funny joke.
Gestures to this big space near us.
Gestures to the wide open space. To
that creepy doll.
Yeah, okay, so we're at Grace's house. So I came to record the podcast here, and she has this really, I don't want to insult it just in case there's something inside it, but this really different doll in a baby chair. Was that baby chair ever actually used for a child?
I honestly have no idea. It's my mom's. Maybe
fantastic.
Maybe it was her baby chair. Maybe it was my baby chair.
I'd like to think Ross used it.
I could see her putting
yesterday.
Ross in it.
Ross is Grace's brother, but he's only like 2 or 3 years younger than Grace.
Yeah, he's 18.
He's
Oh,
8.
no, he just turned 19.
He's 19. Okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I forgot. His birthday was just last month.
Oh, yeah, it was. I remember.
Yeah, his was May 10th.
Was it not, like, super close to trivia when we did How I Met Your Mother trivia?
Yes, it was, because I invited him to trivia as, like, birthday idea.
Yeah, that's what it was, straight up. Yeah, we did How I Met Your Mother trivia recently, and the winning team cheated because we got second.
Yeah.
The only question we got wrong was, what actress plays Zoe? Stella, that's what it was.
Because I remembered it was the blonde nurse from Scrubs as well, but that was all I could remember.
Right.
And if you don't know us, we know everything about How I Met Your Mother.
Like word for word quotes. Like when the lady was reading off the questions before she even got halfway.
We were correcting her.
Right? Like before she even got halfway through one of the questions, I was already writing down the answer. Like she literally said the words, "What fruit?" and I was already writing down pineapple. I already wrote down pineapple. Like, what other fruit is there famous in there, you know?
Exactly.
Ugh. Like, we know really, really detailed. And so does, like, your brother and his girlfriend and stuff.
My
like,
brother
our
and
whole
I,
team
like,
was really
can
savvy
quote
on
that,
it.
well, like, I'll go into his room and he'll be watching it, and I'll just start quoting whatever episode he's on, and vice versa. He'll show up in the living room, and he's like, he'll just jump right in.
Yeah, straight up.
Because he's seen it so many times, he doesn't have to know what episode it is. He hears like one line, and he knows the next.
Right, it's wild too, and I'm like that with a bunch of TV shows.
Oh yeah.
Like I think I could quote Friends episode for episode, word for word.
You and my dad would get along great because he is obsessed with Friends.
It's a good
and
show.
Can also quote like word for word.
I think Friends, How I Met Your Mother, Parks and Recreation, most of that 70s show, and a lot of The Office. I think I could quote those 5 specifically, like word for word, and probably Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah, I've seen that show a lot, and I'm actually rewatching it right now.
It's so good.
I'm Maddie and I had like a whole day marathon. We're like, how much of this show can we watch in one day? We got up until the season finale of season 1.
Oh my goodness!
Like, we started at like 10 a.m.
That was the first show Anthony actually and I like watched together.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
If you want to come over to my house and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, and
Bender.
see what happens, wink, wink.
And he said, "Oh my God, marry me right now."
And then we just watched Avatar: The Last Airbender because we ain't hoes.
Yeah, we got through the first season. We're up until the Siege of the North. The season finale, and God, I want Maddie to just come back over so we can watch it because I'm about to go out of town for training.
I want to do a Princess Azula cosplay.
That would be so cool. I really have always wanted to do a Zuko cosplay, but I think I should do a Sokka cosplay instead because of my hair.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Anthony would make a better Zuko than I would.
Azula
anyway.
should have been like my very first sign as a child that I was gay. because I had this weird obsession with her, and it's not like I wanted to be her.
Sure.
It took me a good, 13, 14 years for me to realize I wanted to do her.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this girl crazy, but I am here for it.
Right? Oh, freaking, I figured out that I was super into goth chicks via...
Yeah, that seems right.
Is it Ty May? No, it's May and Ty Lee.
Yeah.
May was like my
Ty Lee
sexual
too.
awakening was May from Avatar The Last Airbender, because like Zuko's like, hey, I got you something. It's a flower. She's like, why? I'm like, oh my god, fucking bitch, let me get it.
I love it when we hate the world together. Is like one of the quotes where they're sitting on a beach, and I'm like,
I love it so much.
You guys are so perfect for each other.
Right? Oh, Zuko is freaking
and I really
my
appreciated
guy.
that they didn't have all of the characters end up with other main characters.
Yeah.
Like Aang ended up with Katara, and he
but,
actually ended up with May.
Right, but Sokka didn't end up with Toph.
Yeah.
You know? And then Zula didn't end up with anyone because R.I.P.
She went cray-cray.
Yeah, she did. She went
she
psycho.
Got those bangs, and it was so bad.
She wanted to be the Fire Lord, but then they were like, listen, you have every right to be the Fire Lord, but you're a psychopath. And Zuko's awesome in season 3.
They gave it to her.
Yeah, straight up.
Because Azulon was going to be, Phoenix Azulon or whatever they gave him a name. And she was going to be, the rightful heir.
Mm-hmm.
And
because Zuko was disowned.
She just went ballistic.
She went bonkers. And then the Fire Lord got defeated.
Yeah.
And then Zuko was the Fire Lord. And it was awesome. Have you seen The Legend of Korra?
I watched the first half. I still haven't finished it.
I've never seen a single episode.
I know. I feel so bad because I know for a fact that it ends with the
Spoiler
legend
alert.
of Korra ends up with one of the girls.
Okay.
She ends up with a girl, and it blew everybody's mind.
Sure.
And I was like, heck yes, I need to watch this. And then I never.
How many seasons of it are there?
I think there's only 3 books too.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, because it goes by books as well.
Yeah. I really need to watch Korra because, I
have the first book. I'll have to get the second too.
I'll probably figure out a way to watch it once I'm done with the Avatar. But I straight up have never even seen a single episode. I don't know if I would like it. I might, but I'm such a big Avatar fan that I feel like I would like Korra. I'm just not really 100%. You know?
Yeah, that was my feeling too. Because I know a lot of times they drag things out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the drag out's not very good.
Yeah.
Looking at Harry Potter.
I
did not like. I don't mind the Fantastic Beasts ones; those are fine. But they're getting a little out of hand.
Fantastic Beasts.
And then I didn't like Cursed Child at all.
Okay, I didn't like Cursed Child. I really didn't.
All. It felt. It's like Naruto already did it. Okay, move along.
I'll see. Freaking Boruto. Oh my god! I wish George were here. He would, as soon as I said freaking Boruto, he would have literally just started talking, and we would do a whole 45-minute podcast of just him talking about Naruto.
Child in Boruto. So
yeah.
Then they did Bellatrix and Voldemort Child, and I'm just like,
Come
I've
on.
seen this already.
Yeah.
Move along.
Right.
They're both snake people, even.
Whatever.
J.K. Rowling, Naruto is watching you.
J.K. Rowling, we love you, but come on. There's this Smosh skit, and it's called Every Harry Potter Ever. I'll have to show it to you after this. Sorry, I burped. I'll have to show it to you after this. But it's hilarious because there's this one scene where the actress, Courtney, she's playing J.K. Rowling in it, and she sits on the recliner, and then they're like, so, you leaked the fact that Dumbledore is a homosexual. And she's like, also, Hagrid's a Horto-Quirrell who had schizophrenia, and Snape sells weed.
Oh my gosh, I saw that.
Yeah,
yes.
Straight up. And then he was like, that contradicts everything. She's like, I'm not writing these books for you.
I'm writing
it for me. I'm like, accurate.
Oh my gosh, me and a couple of my belted family members from LARP, we have gotten this inside joke now because he's gay and I'm bisexual and a bunch of other people in our group are also bisexual.
Right.
And so we Every time we see these things, we'll tag each other in it, and we're like, oh yeah, we didn't know we were gay until J.K. Rowling sent us our letter.
Congratulations, you've been cordially invited to be bisexual. Congratulations.
Like, you don't choose to be gay, and you aren't born gay. You're only gay when J.K. Rowling sends you the letter.
You're gay.
Yep.
Oh, I love Harry Potter too, and I'm actually, I'm working on a Harry Potter themed Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
I'm super excited because we played the other two that you did, and I did Harry Potter themed characters for those.
And see, I was inspired by
Ginger Hufflepuff.
I was inspired by Ginger Hufflepuff to write up this campaign, and it's actually a well thought out campaign with some of the basics that we used for the DCC campaign that we did. However, it's a very D&D like Harry Potter campaign. It's not a Harry Potter game. It's like a very D&D game, but it's just a Harry Potter themed campaign. Like,
that's really cool.
Everyone starts out as students of the castles and stuff, and I have different classes you can take and different things. And like, instead of like Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, it's all at a different school. It's at,
oh my gosh, that's cool.
Maddie came up with the name. It's Tallydax School of Adventuring and Arcana. So they don't just teach magic at this school. They also teach like battle strategy and adventuring and sacred runes and herbology and stuff that you will actually need if you're going adventuring. The whole point of this school is to teach adventurers adventuring instead of teach wizards how to live in the normal life. You know?
Oh my gosh, that's a really cool. Like, I like the name too.
And we came up with new houses and everything. There's oh shoot, what are the names? One of them is Talon something. I don't know. There's 4 houses, and they're really, really goofy names. But they're essentially like your Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin. Wow, I don't think I could say those faster if I tried. I thought for sure I was going to mess up at least one of them, but that was wild. But yeah, we came up with all of that stuff. I had her help me with some of the basics of a castle and all that stuff. But as far as the Dead Set campaign goes, I came up with all of this and stuff, and I'm tying it into an actual storyline that you can follow. And I think it'll be really fun. I think you guys will have a lot of fun with it. It's just trying to find a day where we can all get together and play it. Since I'm going to be out of town for 6 weeks, I'm only going to be home on Thursdays and Sundays.
Yeah, we're going to have to pick like a week or something, like a day for us to do this.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're going to have to figure out. Well, I'm thinking. God bless La Caja Fall. I love the show. I really do. But I think I might have to drop it because, and I love it too.
I know.
But I think I might have to drop it because I have so much stuff going on right now. You know, I have a whole lot of crap happening.
Yeah.
And
You're being an adulty adult.
I guess so. I don't know. I definitely need to talk to the director of it to see what's going on, but I still need some time. Like, I'm only going to be home on Thursdays and Sundays, and I need some time to do some stuff, you know?
Oh yeah,
like,
definitely.
I need some time to hang out with you guys. I need some time to spend with my freaking fiance. I mean, come on. And I need some time to do laundry because I'm going to be staying in a hotel in freaking
well, they might have a laundry mat at the hotel.
They could, yes. Which realistically, I'll be up there I'll be up there Monday through Wednesday, drive home Wednesday evening, be here Thursday, drive back Friday, and drive back Saturday.
That's crazy.
They reimburse me for gas though.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, well they it's 45 cents a mile. So like I'll actually be making a little money on the gas.
Oh wow.
Not a whole lot, but I'll be making a little bit on gas. So it's not really that bad. Also, they pay for food. And they're paying for my hotel. Not to mention they're paying for my schooling. All I had to buy was my grooming kit.
That's really good.
Oh my god, I didn't realize the difference of like a bad company to work for and a good company to work for until I started like through my interview process and stuff. I'm gonna say this on the air. I work for Pet Supplies Plus.
Hey, we were just there.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how great it was to work for a company that treats their employees well until I started my process of hiring with Pet Supplies, because they mentioned all of this stuff that they're paying for as far as my training goes and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, this is literally more than I could even ask for. Not to mention like the insurance is really good there, all of the benefits and stuff. Like it's just an actual good job in the field that I want to work in. So
definitely.
So that's definitely a big sign. But back on the campaign thing, I really want to find a day when I'm going to be in town that we can all play the campaign and stuff. And funny thing is, I'm actually in 2 separate D&D campaigns right now, like actual D&D campaigns. My Philip, he's Goofy Smooth or Mushy Tooth, sorry, he's SuperStuff guy. And he is our profile picture. He's the Spider-Man. He's been on a couple episodes, maybe 1 or 2, I think. But he's been on a couple episodes, and he's my dungeon master. We're doing Waterdeep Dragon Heist. If anyone has played that, it's a very good campaign. I play a Fire Genasi cleric. He is a cleric of the Fire God, and I'm like more of a war cleric because I mean I have healing and stuff, but my primary thing is spreading religion through equality and setting stuff on fire and hitting it with my hammer.
Interesting cleric approach.
And then in my other campaign, I am playing a drow something. What is my class? Monk. I'm playing a drow monk. And it's fun. I've actually done a couple sessions with that. We've only done 1 session of Waterdeep, and I think we're doing Tomb of Annihilation is the campaign that we're doing where I'm the drow monk. And then in the Harry Potter campaign that I want to start, I'm going to be the headmaster or dungeon master, but I'm calling it headmaster because that's so much better for a Harry Potter campaign. But yeah, I think it'll be a whole lot of fun. What are some D&D like characters that you've played before?
Oh my gosh. So in Starfinder, I was a Lashunta healer, which Starfinder is kind of like a sci-fi base.
I've played Starfinder.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
And so Lashuntas are like these
also,
aliens.
I kind of forgot we were on the air for a second when you mentioned that, and I was just like thinking you were telling me. I was like, I played Starfinder. You don't have to explain the specifics, but go ahead because there's other people listening to our conversation.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi actually like form of Pathfinder.
Right.
And it has all of the like old races and stuff like that, but then they added a bunch of new alien races, and then Lashuntas are like aliens. They have telepathy. They look super cool. And so I was a medic, because they don't call it healer. They have like, more technological terms.
Sure.
Being advanced and whatnot. And that was fun because we had like these 2 goblins in our campaign that just like to take things apart and make bombs.
Sure.
And
as you do.
Yeah, goblin stuff. And then in the DCC campaign, I played a cleric of Lisa Frank. I can't remember what her name was, but she was I heal with love and rainbows sort of thing, and I had Lisa Frank band-aids that I would bring to my campaigns.
Did they have like her with a thumbs up on them or something?
No, they had like, Lisa Frank drawing like art on it.
Gotcha.
And so whenever my party would get injured and I'd heal them, I'd stick a band-aid on them.
Sure.
And, but my friend Ryan, who was running the DCC campaign, he actually knows the guy who, like, writes most of the campaigns and stuff.
Gotcha.
And he sent him, like, pictures of my cleric and stuff like that, because I put stickers all over the page. I got really into it. Mm-hmm. And, she ended up going down a little bit of a darker path, because we ended up in an Aztec society, and, Aztec societies run on blood, not rainbows. And chaos descended. I ended up a leader of a small Mesopotamian country.
Delicious.
And it went about as well as Trump's presidency.
Topics we don't talk about on the podcast.
Just, scratch that.
Unedited podcast.
Redacted.
We're going to just go ahead and I don't like that joke. Anthony sound effects. If you want to purchase them, email me. crazysean@gmail.com. Yeah, I definitely, I've played some wacky characters in some campaigns. I played some smaller ones, but I think my favorite character that I have ever seen play in a campaign was Ginger Hufflepuff.
Oh my god.
I love Ginger Hufflepuff.
I don't know why I didn't include Ginger Hufflepuff in that.
Oh yeah.
Because that was my greatest
achievement ever.
Yeah, I rolled like a nat 20 and I just ended up like, swatting infinity stones out of the air and becoming like
a
god.
Goddess. Yeah, go ahead and walk us through that. Well, I'll talk about the actual basics behind the DCC campaign we did, and then you can run them through the legacy of Ginger Hufflepuff. Okay, so this DCC campaign we did Okay, so I really like using figures when I play D&D. Like, I like using a mat with minis and everything as much as I can because it's a lot of fun. Like, you get to visualize stuff like that. And I get it's all up to imagination. And you could still imagine anything through the campaign and stuff. But as far as battle goes, I like to have statistics and whatnot. So I stopped buying Dungeons and Dragons minifigures a little while back because expensive. And I started using Legos. And so I build my own mats and own buildings and stuff with Legos. And so we started running this DCC campaign. It was a multiverse-themed campaign. And what happened in the world is...
the god Percy the cat.
Percy, okay. My fiance and I collect Lego Harry Potter Lego sets. And so I have the entire Lego Hogwarts set at my house. And my cat knocked it off my table. So me, being the Lego god that I am, built it back together to the best of my ability with no manuals. Then I looked up the actual manuals and saw how close I got. I was pretty close. I only had to adjust a couple things, but I was pretty close. So I got it put back together, but before I had the chance to get it put back together, the kids, which is what I call George, Anthony, and all of you guys, they were coming. Even though a couple of you are older than me, I still call you the kids. I call Tonres in that he's 34.
30.
But I started to build a little civilization out of Legos, and so I built a little shop. I have Hagrid's hut as well. I built a little shop. I built some different rooms and stuff. And with Hogwarts being split apart like it was, I just included as many pieces of the building as I could that I could salvage before you guys got there and made it a completely different world. And Hogwarts in Ruins was literally Hogwarts in Ruins. And so then it was a multiverse thing where someone snuck into the basement of Hogwarts and used all of the magic that they could muster to blow a hole in the universe, the dimensions. And so then all the different dimensions were sucked into one, like the DC universe, the Marvel universe, Harry Potter, Star Wars, SpongeBob, as many as you can possibly imagine, because that's how many Legos I had. They all got sucked into the same universe. And so then, from then on, there was a group of adventurers who had to try to figure out who did it, why they did it, and piece everything back together. So, Grace, won't you walk us through the grand story of Ginger Hufflepuff, Brave Adventurer?
So, for starters, we got to make our own characters by Sean said, take whatever Lego pieces you want and make yourself a character. I just grabbed Susan Bones.
I have, millions of minifigures. The reason that's significant is because I mainly collect minifigures. Maddie collects the sets. I collect figures. I have probably over 50 just DC Comics characters. Not to mention my Harry Potter, SpongeBob, Marvel, all of those characters. But
he's got tons.
Go on.
So I grabbed Susan Bones and decided I was just going to call her Ginger Hufflepuff because she's a Hufflepuff and her hair is kind of ginger. And we were rolling for
Real
weapons.
Creative, this one.
We were rolling for weapons, and the first weapon I got was a wand. Fair. Second weapon I got was, I got a frying pan. And the third weapon I got was Luke Skywalker's lightsaber.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker. Okay.
That I never used.
It was an elite weapon, and you never even touched it. So, the way I did the weapons was, I had 27 weapons. I had them roll a d26, and I just used my phone because d26s don't really exist. I would have to actually purchase them, and ew.
Yeah.
But I had them roll a d26 3 times to get their weapons. And whatever it landed on was what I had written down on a list. And so she rolled those 3 weapons. And I had 6 elite weapons. And they were Wonder Woman's lasso, Aquaman's trident, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, Dumbledore's wand. Really, really powerful weapons.
By the end, she would have them all.
Yeah, actually she did. Go on.
So anyway, we start off in the middle of this, random world, and Anthony has his character. I think at the time it was, a Ninja Turtle or something.
That was his second character. The first one was, Milhouse.
Oh, yeah, from The Simpsons.
Yeah, it was super, super Milhouse, with Harry Potter's body.
That's right. And so, we kind of split up and do 2 completely different things, because I'm actually interested in investing in investigating, and he just kind of wanted to play around and stuff. So we go to Hogwarts, and we can't get into the
it
door.
was just you and Anthony for the first campaign.
Yes,
I forgot.
it was.
Because, like, the second campaign, it was you, Anthony, Maddie, Bradley, and Katie.
Oh, yeah,
it was
had
everyone.
so many more
But
people.
I forgot the first campaign was literally just you and Anthony. Because more people were supposed to show up,
Yeah,
but no
that's
one
right.
did.
Nobody else
I
showed
remember.
up.
Okay, go on.
And so I went to Hogwarts, couldn't get in the door, and we needed, like, a key or something. And this time I found a small frog. I took the frog with me. I took a regular, like, broom. Like, not even a broom you can fly on, just a regular broom. Then we went to where McGonagall and Professor Hulk were.
Yes.
And
in the library.
Yep. And so I was
Or
asking
the coffee shop,
them,
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Asking them if they knew anything. And at this time, a bunch of people attacked Snape and Ron, who were working on a potion.
It was Hawkeye, Green Arrow, and Kate Bishop Hawkeye.
Okay.
They attacked Snape and Ron Weasley.
That's right. And so I ended up going over there because that's where Professor McGonagall and Professor Hulk said to go.
Sure.
And that's when I found out that they were making that potion, and so I had to roll, and I was able to find out what was in the pot. So then I got McGonagall, and I pretty much, like, congrued all of these people together.
I think your team eventually was Aquaman, Snape, Ron, McGonagall,
Harry,
Hulk, Harry Potter,
Superman,
Plastic Man, and Yoda.
Hermione.
And Hermione and Scabbers.
Yeah,
like
and
that's who
Scabbers.
was all around this place. And then it was Ginger Hufflepuff leading the brigade.
Yep. And you also find out throughout this that there are Infinity Stones scattered in the universe.
And they weren't even part of the campaign. I just hid them in places to give you bonuses on attack rolls.
Yep.
Like that's all their purpose was. But
And so pretty much I'm going around collecting all of these items to make a sightseeing potion so we can figure out where the Infinity Stones are and who destroyed Hogwarts and, like, how to stop them. And all throughout this time, I've just been using my frying pan. Not even the wand.
you
not
got
my
really lucky
lightsaber.
on your attack rolls, by the way.
I
You almost
got
died
so
like 4
lucky.
times.
I know.
Anthony went through almost 3 characters
He
that
did.
campaign, and you
And
managed to
I just barely scraped, like, I kept rolling really good on really dumb things. Which is the moral of this entire story. And, so Anthony's character, slept with Hermione.
Of course.
And then got killed by Hermione.
Right.
So while I was trying to get some flame from Yoda's
I love how
hut,
normal this story is to me. Other people are probably like, wait, what?
they're like, Superman and Harry Potter and Yoda and what?
And Plastic Man, sure, bro.
Oh my god,
Hey,
yeah.
you want to hear a sound a seagull makes? Oh!
Oh yeah, because that was the first thing Anthony did was
He
buy
went and talked to
weed
Plastic-
from
yeah.
Plastic Man.
Yeah, Plastic Man sold him pot.
And then never used it.
I promise it's real, guys.
And so I went to Hermione, and I borrowed an actual functional broom from her so I could get the flame from Yoda's hut. And then when I returned the broom to her, she gave me the first Infinity Stone.
Sure.
At this time, Anthony had stolen, like, 1 or 2 from Superman and Harry Potter and didn't tell us about it. So we all get together, finish the potion, and I start to realize, my character does, that he has the Infinity Stones, but I don't know for sure. So we go back to the castle after I acquired Dumbledore's wand.
Sure.
And so at this point, I have Luke's lightsaber, and I have the wand, and I have, like, 2 Infinity Stones. One that was under the Whomping Willow tree that I got with Hulk.
Yep.
And then the one that Hermione finds and she gave me.
Under the floorboards of the Gryffindor common room.
Yep. And so we go back there, and then there's this big-ass basilisk. And it's then that Anthony reveals that his plan was to, like, take out the basilisk and then take us out.
Right.
And he was going to pull, like, a 180. And we're like, no. And we leave.
Right.
With him to fight that. And, he ends up defeating it because I'm pretty sure he uses the basilisk in the final battle.
Sure.
So, I go back.
Oh, yeah. Anthony ends up charming the basilisk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go back to the group that we've elaborated, like, the whole group, and I'm like, hey, Anthony's character is gonna screw us over, and there's a big-ass basilisk in the castle, And we didn't know at the time that would be where the wizard, like, finally appears.
Yeah.
Because you guys mentioned the mirror, which Anthony ends up figuring out. And he ends up actually summoning the dark wizard that was responsible for everything.
I think it was, like, Balthazar or something like that?
No, it was Whizbang.
Whizbang.
Whizbang the wizard.
Yeah, Whizbang the wizard. Yeah, I'm Whizbang.
And so,
I think it's from a D&D campaign. I might be wrong. I don't know.
And so we all show up. It's like McGonagall, Hulk, Superman,
Sure.
Snape, me, and I think one or two other people.
And this asshole wanted to bring all of these characters with her, so I had to roll attacks and everything for them.
We had become friends with them. They were our allies. And so anyway, we had this huge showdown with Whizbang. He kills Anthony's character.
Sure.
And at this point, he's like summoning the last of the Infinity Stones. And I'm like, I'm gonna swat them out of air with my frying pan.
Right.
And I roll a nat 20. And so not only do I like swat them out of the air, I get them, and now I have all of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
And it's at this moment that Sean gets me a frying pan out of his kitchen, and I stand like triumphantly holding this frying pan saying, "My name is Ginger Hufflepuff, and this is my frying pan."
I'll throw a picture of Ginger Hufflepuff next to the podcast when I upload it on Facebook.
Yeah,
I'll just post
Sean
a picture
created
of
like
Ginger
this
Hufflepuff.
huge throne with
out
all
of
the
Legos.
Infinity Stones, and then we made like the actual it's gonna be a cosplay I do.
Of course.
I'm gonna do Ginger Hufflepuff.
Of course.
And the Infinity Frying Pan, or the Frying Pan of Destiny.
Anthony and I can go as Clementine and Orange for you.
Yes, my two frogs that I had adopted by the end of the campaign.
Yay.
So at this point, I have all 5 of these like Infinity Stones.
Sure.
I've got a frying pan that is like now a D12 rolling plus some, and I take out Whizbang the Wizard, and at this point, I am a god.
Of course. And she had all 6. Oh my god, all 6 Infinity Stones on her frying pan. Okay.
Oh yeah, Aquaman. I had his trident from where we befriended him,
and Wonder Woman's lasso.
Yes, because we fought mind-controlled Wonder Woman.
Well, the mind-controlled Trinity of Sin.
Oh, that's right.
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. They were all mind-controlled, and they fought against them. And they fought against them and Whizbang the Wizard. And then they ended up winning, and... God. Susan Bones, I bet you never assumed you would amount to this.
You were just supposed to be a side character.
Susan Bones.
And now you're
Hufflepuff.
a god.
Jesus. Yeah, it was amazing, though. I really, really enjoyed that style campaign. So then the next day, like the very next day, actually, you guys came over again. Maddie came over. Bradley came over. And Katie was there. Bradley is my sister's boyfriend. Katie is my sister. And they are neither very D&D type people. They're very basketball player, cheerleader, girlfriend type people.
Does he play basketball?
I think he played football. No, he played baseball. He might have played football too. I'm not sure. I know for sure he played baseball. Because George was on his team.
Oh.
Hey, Easter egg. George played baseball. I mean, he didn't really...
I used to cheerlead, though, so...
He didn't really play baseball. He stood on the side and yelled obscenities at the other team. But they were, like, clever obscenities. So it was like... Hey, what the ha-ha, and everyone was like, George, shut your mouth. But I was laughing from the stands. However, Bradley and Katie came over, and they were really, really digging it. Like, Bradley was like, he sat down, he was like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, you want to play D&D with us? He's like, nah, not really. Like, he kind of giggled a little bit, and then was like, nah. I was like, okay. And then he started watching us play. Then he was like, huh. And he was like, yeah, I think I'll play with you, sure. And so I rolled him a character up, and he ended up winning that campaign as a matter of, or winning that session. He named his character Thunder Buddy.
That's right.
Yeah. And fun fact, it was one of the only African American Lego figures that I had that was a Harry Potter character, so he used it. I think I have 2 Harry Potter black guys, but I also have Falcon, John Stewart, Green Lantern, and them and whatnot. So but he just used a straight up Harry Potter character and called him Thunder Buddy. And the second campaign was like the reality had been pieced back together by Ginger Hufflepuff, but then there was a cult on the rise saying that she did wrong and she was the one who originally blew up the reality in the first place, and everyone was brainwashed by this cult.
Straight up blasphemy for my girl Ginger Hufflepuff.
Right, and then Grace ended up playing another character,
Starfire Gryffindor.
That's right, because I wouldn't let her play Ginger Hufflepuff, a person who had all 6 Infinity Stones.
Too powerful.
Way too powerful. I would have easily had to nerf her.
It's better she just go down in infamy.
Yeah, so she ended up being a celebrity in our next campaign as Grace played another character. And so then that campaign went really super well. And so then I was kind of inspired to make the Harry Potter themed campaign because I'm actually developing a story arc with this campaign that will really go well into the Harry Potter theme and the aesthetic and whatnot. And now that I have like the Hogwarts built back together, it's back together now. I got a little green Lego platform for Hagrid's hut and the Whomping Willow and the other tree that I have that Aragog guards. And then I got our Fantastic Beasts Lego sets from Maddie's house. So then I have our Fantastic Beasts sets. We have a bunch of really cool creatures and stuff. And then I also have a separate set. It's a Lego Ninjago set because I needed swords. So I got this $10 set at Walmart that came with legit like 16 katanas. And
I plan on getting Lord of the Rings Legos. And well, we can use those too.
Sure.
Because...
I actually plan on investing in some Lord of the Rings ones as well because they're very adventure-esque.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and I want to get Lord of the Rings, Ninjago, and Harry Potter because those are the very big adventure-based ones.
After our first DCC campaign that you did with the Legos, I pretty much went home that night and just Googled Lego sets.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because I was like, oh my gosh, it was such a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have all of these places already.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's literally only one more Harry Potter set that Maddie and I need, and it's the Hogwarts Express. That's the only set.
You have the Quidditch field?
That's from the old series.
Oh,
we plan on getting the Quidditch field, but that's from the old series. As far as the new series goes, we have every set except for the Hogwarts Express. That's what we're working on right now.
Somewhere in this house is my old Legos, I think. Or it's at my dad's, because they were technically Ross's. And I remember...
Sounds like an adventure, if you ask
yeah,
me.
I remember specifically, because that was the one that came out that I got with Goblet of Fire, because I got the dragon Lego.
Oh, the Horntail.
Yeah, the Hungarian
Horntail, yeah. That's pretty cool.
Because I remember my brother got to keep all the Legos, but I claimed that dragon Lego, and it sat on my TV stand for the longest time.
That's the thing with the Ninjago Legos. I'm not a big Ninjago person, but they have so many weapons and so many big creatures. There's just one that has a literal 5-headed dragon that comes with it. It's super cool.
So cool.
And with the campaign, the ninjas will really, they really help as far as the campaign is going to go because of the way I'm going with it. But the set that I got specifically was only I think it was $12 actually, and it came with 16 katanas, a bunch of hammers, axes, all kinds of really cool weapons, and that's what I really needed because I had wands. I had wands galore.
Tons of wands.
And then I just needed actual swords and weapons for people who want to go the battle strategy route. So I got that set, and I definitely want to get some Lord of the Rings Lego sets. That way it goes with the adventure theme. And Smeagol. Harry Potter sets, yeah. Oh, Smeagol, oh my boy. But yeah, that's definitely what I plan on doing as far as the Lego campaign goes. Because I want to keep building on it, but I mean, Legos are expensive.
Yeah.
But so I plan on building small as I go along. Which with me being out of town, I'll get some small sets, build them, and bring them back every now and again. So I'm really gonna enjoy training up there, though. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. But we have about 5 minutes left on this podcast. We actually, fun fact, we had 3 topics that we haven't even mentioned.
Yeah, that's true.
On this podcast.
I've just been eyeing the balloon because that's how we'll end it.
Sneak peek, right?
It's a helium balloon.
Yeah.
And Sean's gonna yodel.
Oh yeah, are we gonna do it on this one?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, cool. I'll do it on this one.
I have to I have to witness it.
Okay, so I can yodel.
Casual fact.
And earlier we got back from a Celebration 365 gig at the Grand Central Mall in Parkersburg, and we all had a high note contest. Our friend Eden Campbell won with a whistle tone that I couldn't even fathom. She hit her highest possible note that she could sing, which her
It's
highest
already high.
is already higher than I could even dream of hitting. But she did it on helium, so it literally sounded like a mouse, and it was so high. And it wasn't even like she was squeaking her voice. She actually hit a note.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It was mind-blowing.
It was like dog whistle.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
like...
It was definitely mind-blowing. I'm going to get Eden on a podcast soon. She's one of my favorite people. But I got pretty high. Not as high as Brayden or Eden, but I got a pretty high note. But then I started singing one of my favorite songs, Chicken Attack by the Gregory Brothers. Oh my god, I love that song because it's a super goofy song about a chicken ninja and a guy who can control nature, but there's a lot of yodeling in it, and I love to yodel.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I don't know how to describe the song. It's just hilarious.
It's genuine comedy. It's actually genuine comedy.
This guy comes into the video holding a chicken. He throws the chicken, and it turns into a ninja dressed as a chicken.
That's right. That's exactly what happens because he can control nature. Okay, so for the last 5 minutes, I'll do a little bit of yodeling from Chicken Attack. So I'll actually pause the video here, and then I'll jump onto the other microphone because it resonates a little bit better with singing and stuff. So I'll do that. So we're gonna pause. Okay, I'm on the other microphone now, so I'm gonna get some of this helium in here and sing some Chicken Attack.
He did this in the car earlier while it was playing, and I saw God for like a good 3 minutes. It was definitely top 10 of best moments in my life, which could be saying something about my life, but honestly, it was just that good.
Go chicken, go do-dee-do-do-dee-do-dee. Go chicken, go do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do-dee. Now gonna fly you on the sky.
It's so hard keeping a straight face.
Okay, hold on. One more.
Mike Wazowski. Okay. One more little bit of yodeling, and then I'm gonna
sing the chicken part.
The chicken part. Okay.
Yeah.
You should know that a man with the power of nature can bring you to the end of your life. And you should know about the strap and the look in my eye. You're about to be massively forced to give up. Chicken attack. Chicken attack. Watch your back before it fades to black. They might look harmless, but they'll kick your non-chicken ass. Go chicken, go do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do-dee. Go chicken, go do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do-dee.
I'm dying.
Now gonna fly
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and if you
now everybody has to listen to the whole thing,
right?
Just for that moment.
I might actually do a full cover as a bonus if I can invest in some more helium balloons because that was my last one. I started out with 10 this morning. Okay. Anyway, thank you for listening. Please tune into next week's episode of SuperStuff show.
He's got so much helium.
Yeah, there's so much helium in my system right now. I can't even fathom what I'm about to say. Okay, serious time. Thank you for tuning into the SuperStuff show this week. My guest has been Grace Shockey, and we will see you next week for a new episode of the SuperStuff show, if I can manage to get in here and record an episode of the SuperStuff show, because I'm going to be out of town for 6 weeks. Anyway, keep an eye out for a full cover version of me singing Chicken Attack while yodeling. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.